Sophie, Sri Lanka first up after their performance against England the other day. How are the team thinking ahead of tomorrow's opener?
Yeah, look, we certainly know the threat that Sri Lanka possess. Obviously, with Chamari Atapatu at the top there is certainly a huge threat. And what they did to England the other day, we knew they're certainly capable of. And we've said it right throughout, and we'll continue to say it, that there's no easy games in this competition. And as soon as you take any team lightly, it ends up turning around and biting you in the backside. So we certainly know that Sri Lanka are going to be a really tough game for us. It certainly is an opener because there's going to be a few nerves. There's no doubt about that. Everyone's going to feel it. So, look, we're really excited to get our campaign underway against a good Sri Lankan side.
Do you often feel nerves opening, or is it something you sort of
Yeah,
used to?
yeah, no, I do actually. And I think it's a really special feeling to be nervous. I think it's certainly something that you want to take on board. If you say that you're not nervous, I'm not sure you care as much, because you know the opportunity to play certainly at a World Cup is really special time for everyone involved. So yeah, I certainly do get a lot of nerves. It's just about how you channel that and use it to your strengths, I guess.
Staying with Chamari Atapatu, you've watched her for years now, and at the Womens T20 Challenge you were teammates. What is it that makes Chamari Atapatu so special, so dangerous, some inside the thoughts that perhaps nobody knows?
Yeah, look, I think she's. I think the thing that makes her so unique is, I guess, when you look at Sri Lankan players and a lot of, I guess, subcontinent players, is they're usually very wristy, good at sweeping the ball, but she's also got the power game as well, which I think makes her a really dangerous player, because she can not only, I guess, work you in the gap square of the wicket as well, but because she's got the strength to be able to bop you over the top as well, you certainly know that you can't miss by much, because she'll punish you. And I know the Australians certainly have felt that wrath a couple of times, and I've been fortunate to play a lot of cricket against her, but also alongside her. And I know that she's such a competitor as well, and anyone that's got that competitive spirit and fight, you know that they're not going to let anything go. So again, I'm really looking forward to the challenge of stepping up against her.
So, no stranger to the WACA, how does it feel to be back?
Look, it's really nice. It certainly feels like a second home to me to be able to come back here. Obviously, really fortunate to spend a pre-season here last year, and very familiar with the WACA setup and the facilities. And geez, it looks a ripper out there at the moment with all the hoardings and the setup. It's just great to see that the World Cup have got a couple of games here, and I know that the WACA in Perth and Western Australia as a whole is certainly going to get in behind this tournament.
You've had a fine run of form of recent, obviously WBBL player of the tournament. What can we expect from the like of yourself and Susie Dates?
Hopefully the same. That'll be a good starting point. But yeah, I guess certainly with T20 cricket, you know that it can be a pretty fickle game at times, and you can be in the form of your life, but you could still get a peach of a delivery and be out for a duck. So it's certainly about making sure that we train and prepare ourselves as best as possible. And I know not just me and Susie, but the whole team are really itching to get underway, and we've been working hard for a number of months now. Obviously come off a pretty heavy diet of T20 cricket through our summer internationally as well. So we certainly feel ready for this competition, and we're certainly ready to take it head on.
You had that experience with Thailand after the game the other day. Just talk a bit about that sort of unique experience and sort of some of the things you passed on there.
Yeah, look, that was a really special moment for all teams, but certainly us. We were asked after the game if we wouldn't mind just coming and chatting cricket and just sharing our knowledge and experience of being at a World Cup and what we've found, and we certainly took that with both hands. The opportunity to spread our love of the game and some of our experiences to Thailand, who I actually thought taught us a lot in terms of their passion and excitement and energy for the game, was really infectious. I think you only have to look, at the faces of their players and how much joy it brings them to be here representing their country at a World Cup is such a special occasion, and it was just really nice. I mean, at the end of the day, cricket's a universal language, and to be able to spend time, our batters and our bowlers sharing that information, I certainly hope that they took a little bit out of it and they can use it for their own good and hopefully upset a few teams, because I certainly think the journey they've been on so far, they've shown that they're going to be a great side.
So if they can't look past the WNCL final, did you manage to watch the game? And I guess, how did you feel knowing that the girls got the job done in the end?
Yeah, look, it was interesting. We were actually playing against England in a warm-up game the day of, so I managed to catch sort of the first innings. I was a little bit nervous to start with. Obviously, we got 2 wickets down pretty early, but girls did a great job to post a really competitive total, and then it was actually shaking our hands, and Lisa Cotley, who's coach of England now, actually said the girls won, and we both sort of gave it a bit of a fist bump. I probably shouldn't have. We've just lost a game in a warm-up, but look, it was awesome achievement for the girls. I know it's obviously been a long time coming, and really special for me to seen what they've gone through in the pre-season and how hard they work, and they certainly deserve, I guess, the success that they've achieved, and I know they're certainly celebrating well now, and so they should, because it's no easy feat to win the WNCL title, especially against a New South Wales side that, I mean, what they've been in the final every single time for the last 20 odd years. So to win that is huge, and I'm really happy and fortunate that I got to play a small part in that.
Sophie, New Zealand have somewhat perennially underperformed at ICC global tournaments, and what is the vibe within the group like heading into another world tournament, and also does having to host an ODI World Cup in less than a year's time play at the back of your heads going into the tournament opener?
No, not at all. I think different formats, first of all, as we certainly know, it's a special honour to have a World Cup at home, but that's 12 months from now, and we've got obviously a reasonably big World Cup happening right now, so that's all our focus is on this tournament at hand. And I think for us, you're right, we have underperformed, and we're the first to put up our hand and say that we've been really disappointed with the way that we've gone the last couple of world events. So we certainly feel that we're a great side, and that on our day we are going to be, you know, a huge threat and can go deep in this tournament, but we know that we have to stick to our processes and what our strengths are. I think in the past we've probably gone away from that a little bit, and I think, you know, as you say, we've got some quality players in our side. We've got a lot of experience. Some will probably say we're old, but I think we've got a lot of experience, which is going to hold us in really good stead coming into a world event, because the pressure can play a massive part on all players and all teams.
And has the team been getting inputs or wishes of good luck from any South African?
Yes, I actually just got a photo before of little Grace doing a little wee celebration cheer, which is very cute. So, look, that was fantastic. She joined us for a small part during our South Africa tour early in the month. And it was just awesome. It certainly brings a lot of perspective to our group, certainly for Leah and Amy, to have such a bundle of joy in their life now, and certainly sharing that with the group. She's got 15 aunties now that, you know, anytime she needs a babysitter, there's a lot to go to. So it does. It's just really special to be able to know that whatever happens on the park, that she can come off that and know that she's got this beautiful daughter that is going to love her regardless of what she did on the cricket field. And that's certainly a really special thing for this whole group, is knowing that, yeah, absolutely, we love cricket and it means a lot to us, but also having that perspective that there's life outside of the boundary rope.
Thoughts on today's tournament opener between Australia and India? Stephanie Taylor said that she's going to be ready with a pot of popcorn. What about your plans?
Yeah, we're actually at training, I think right up until the start of that game, so I think a few of us might be rushing to our phones afterwards to try and catch the start of it. But look, it's going to be an absolute blockbuster. I think a great way to start this World Cup. The build-up has been phenomenal. Obviously, I've spent a lot of time in Australia the last sort of 6 months, and I guess the presence of this tournament, and now that it's finally here, I know that the whole country, the whole world's going to get in behind it. And certainly Australia love a good sports event, and certainly when it's a Women's World Cup. So yeah, look, I'm going to be really interested to see how this first game goes. I don't know what way it's going to go. Obviously with the recent tri-series, each team's had a couple of wins. It's certainly going to be open for the taking, so I'm certainly going to be watching with a lot of interest.